What's happening, faithful? I'm Lawrence. Welcome to Platform 246. The light is bright, and thank you for stepping up. Happy Tuesday to you. Happy 49ers Tuesday. And it's a good one. Why, you ask? Because we beat the dog piss. And I mean the dog piss out of the Texas two-step, out of Brokeback Mountain themselves, the Cowboys. Hit the like button. Welcome to Platform 246. Thank you for stepping up. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. It is 49ers Tuesday. That is when we congregate, get together, and talk Niners. It's the only way to travel. This past Sunday, if you didn't see it, if you didn't know, you know now. We beat their asses, okay? As a lot of us expected. A lot of the faithful expected that. I am the faithful. I expected that. If we want to be honest about it, first of all, let's put one up for the Niners, for Christian, for Brock, for Kyle, for Kyle. Kyle, you deserve your credit and your roses, rat-faced motherfucker. You deserve it. Platform 246 says, thank you, Kyle. And this token is for you. Kyle's the coach, if you don't know. Kyle Shanahan has done a masterful job of bringing this team together, of getting it so that they play for each other instead of their individual selves. Hello, Miss Ebony. How are you doing? Kyle's done an outstanding job bringing the team together, getting us so, again, that we play for each other instead of playing for your motherfucking self. Because football is the ultimate team sport. And right now, the 49ers are the penultimate team. Penultimate. Did you know that word? If you didn't, I just taught you something. But what we did is we taught the league, first of all, that we are the number one team in football, and there is no question about that, okay? Secondly, we taught Texas, Brokeback Mountain. We taught them that, one, if you fuck around, as we've all seen the meme, especially in the 49ers content creator community, you find out. I'm doing good, thank you very much. It's Tuesday. The 49ers are now 5-0. 5-0. Oh, shit. I thought about you today. Little Spongy in the building. Spongy, you know this is a call-in show today. If you want the link, you can come in and you know what you give us. If you didn't know, the link is at the top. Please hit the link if you want to jump in. Try to keep it to 2 minutes. I say that every time. Nobody listens. Try to keep it to 2 minutes in case anybody else wants to get in, or just so that I can get back on to talking. But if you got something to say, please hit the link, jump in. But you have to make the show better. Okay? You have to make the show better. You can't just jump in, get in where you fit in. This is not double dutch. You dig? It's not double dutch. Speaking of, I think of you, or I was thinking of you today. I think of you every day. Damian Jackson in the building. Kyle called a masterful game, son. He did. You were calling it great drive, great play calling by Kyle. Kyle called a great game. So Kyle, while we know I will drag your motherfucking ass through the mud in a hot second. We got a video on this channel. It got a few hundred views. It's from last year. Spongy says he might come in. No problem, Spongy. This guy right here, he's 12. Are you 13 yet, Spongy? Put that in the comments. Let us know. Are you 13 yet, Spongy? I need to know. Because you've been around for a long time. You've been part of the platform gang for a long time. You've been platform ganging for a while, so I don't know if your birthday is past. And that's what y'all are. If you didn't know, this is the platform gang. We got the Niner gang, and here we are the platform gang. You know what I'm saying? So our gang of Niners went into Santa Clara, our own hometown, for one of the few times this year, although we have played 3 games in a row. Boom, he's already 13. Speaking of young men in the building, we got all the young Niners in the house. Carcast, what's happening, sir? It is a call-in show. Remember that, folks. We are just getting started. We got a few topics to talk about tonight. It was again a masterful game by not only Kyle, but anyone wearing red and gold. And I mean everyone. All 3 phases of this game this past Sunday, I would have to say we won. The game kicked off, and apparently, so starting from the kickoff, right? if you were live with us, by the way, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We appreciate you. We will be live streaming all the 49ers games, of course. And as you can see, there's always 49 Tuesday. It doesn't happen every Tuesday, okay, because life happens, right? But it happens a lot. We do shorts. We do stop motion animation. We will talk about your face getting slapped if need be. You get your face slapped out there and somebody saw it, we will talk about it, okay? We talk about movies, music, whatever it happens. We can take you anywhere you want to go on platform 246. So please subscribe to the channel. Spongy has, Carcast has, and they're the young well, I take that back. They're young football fans because Spongy has had, for some reason, just the goo and the ooze seep into him, and not in a good way. Not like with the Ninja Turtles, okay? Because he likes Philadelphia. But we won't hold that against him. We love him. What's happening, Miss Melissa? How are you doing? Thank you for stepping up. Everybody, please hit the like button if you haven't already. So again, Kyle called a masterful game. Everyone wearing red and gold this past Sunday played their ass off. And I mean, basically, literally every single position. We started off the game receiving the ball. I would say every position except for return man. Return man is still leaving something to be desired within my heart. Now, if I wanted to switch over to the rap game, which again, we also talk about here, if I wanted to switch over to the rap game, I could do so because Ray McCloud is a stellar rapper. Ray McCloud is a better rapper than he is return man. That has to be a surprise to you, right? Ray McCloud is literally a better rapper than he is a return man. Who would have known? So, but we started the game off receiving the ball, and I said on the live stream, so make sure you subscribe so you're here when we stomp the Browns out, and we'll get into that towards the end. But make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I said at the beginning of the stream, which I was late to, by the way. I said at the beginning of the stream when we kicked off the game that day, I said, why aren't we receiving the ball? Great teams put their defense on the field because they usually have both, right? They have both a defense and an offense that are sophisticated enough to handle that. So apparently, Mike McCarthy believed that his defense sophisticated enough to handle our offense, and he was incorrect. He apparently, once again, don't quote me because I mean, I didn't hear it from his own mouth. But what I did read on the interwebs is that Mike McCarthy decided that he wanted to kick off the ball because he wanted to see what Brock had, right? And what did Brock have? What did Brock show him? Boom, right down the field for 7. So that was a mistake. He made a tactical error. And then, when they got the ball after halftime, they didn't do shit with it. We defeated them 21-7 in the first half, 21-3 in the second half for a total combined score of 42-10. Now, that was, first of all, the worst loss in the history of the rivalry. At least by them. I didn't necessarily see that that's the same thing for us, but it is the worst loss in the history of the rivalry for the Dallas team against us. 32 points. Now, they lost, first of all, to Arizona, which is a team that we didn't really too much at all. Once we were able to figure out Josh Dobbs, we handled them. Yes, indeed. Little Spongy. So, again, Spongy, our resident East Coaster, and we have many. We have folks on this channel, supporters, platform gangers, all over the world, literally. We have some in Australia. We have some in Kyoto, Japan. Shout to John. We have some in Great Britain. We have some in, of course, Philadelphia, where Little Spongy's from. He is also a part of the 5-0 gang. We'll see you soon, young sir. I know you're coming to the live that day, Spongy, right? And Little Spongy, by the way, might be one of the best non-49er fans out there in the community, out there in the Niner sphere, basically. He always seems to find his way to seep into the Niners. It's like Marvel. He gets in there somehow. And then, of course, he goes to everyone's comment section. He supports. So, Spongy. So is Miss Melissa. Melissa, definitely an excellent one of our folks and the 49er content supporter for all of the other people. We appreciate that. Spongy. And then sometimes Spongy, because again, he is just 13. Sometimes he has fever dreams, daydreams. I won't say the other kind of dreams. He dreams a lot. Children have big dreams. And what he believes is that his team is going to beat your team, Faithful. So boo this man. Boo it. There you go. Damian Jackson, quick with the draw. It's not going to happen. Boo this man. Boo, Spongy. Boo. No, Spongy, that's good. You should have your team in your squad. Whoa, Spongy with the right now. Since we got a Philadelphia, whatever they're called, in the comments right now. His name is Little Spongy. By the way, subscribe to his channel. He got a little channel as well. So, well, I don't know if it's on here. Let me not say that. But Little Spongy got a channel. Hit Spongy's channel up. He does some. He does shorts. He does what's it called? Edits. I'm old Spongy. That's all. He does edits. He does excellent edits. Now, Spongy says that the Philadelphia Eagles, okay, are going to beat the 49ers of San Francisco 45-14. Where? Damian says can't even put up 45 points against the Patriots and Commanders, but you're going to do it against Captain Fred. Be real with yourself, Spongy. You're too old to not be real with yourself, Spongy. Spongy, when I was 13, I had a full-time job. When I was 13, I was a man, okay? So I expect the same out of you. My sons were 13, I started making them men. No, I didn't. I still treat them like my babies that they are. And same goes for you, Spongy. But God damn it, Spongy. 45-14, I don't think so, sir. But speaking of damn close to that this past Sunday, 42-10, Daniel Berry in the building. It's better now, Daniel, because you just stepped up, bro. Please, how you doing? You already know what to do. I don't even need to say it to you. How was your weekend? And check out Daniel Berry's channel as well. There's content creators everywhere. We got a mix of content creators. We got a mix of the folks that don't create content. Spongy saying what's up? Y'all know how much I love that. You know how I love it. Y'all know how we are. If you're not new, you already know that. If you are new, welcome. Hit the like button. Sit down. Relax. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy. And I love when you all say hello to each other. I appreciate that in the comments. Keeps the comments going. So 42-10 again. We kicked the ball. We received it. All that shit. Mike McCarthy, for whatever reason, wanted to test out Brock Purdy, and Brock Purdy showed him what he was going to do with that test. He basically shoved it up his ass. We dominated every facet of the game. We were able to run the ball for 170 yards as a team. I should have had that as Damian. Thank you so much. I should have had this as the actual. I should have had it as a question, but we're working with what we got now. Is it going to be MVPurdy or CMVP? I made that up at work today. Literally, just boom. Don't tell me you don't like it. So, and share the video around your Twitters, your Facebooks. You can't really share it on Instagram. You can do a whole lot of work and put the link in your story and all that shit, but you don't really need to do all that. But again, I hope again everybody has a good Tuesday today. It's 49ers today, so let's get into it. The Niners, we look like the best team in football, despite Spongy being here in the comments. We really look, we're really just unstoppable. It doesn't look, every year I fear teams. We get into the season and there's certain teams, there's certain players that I fear. We all know who they are, Patrick Mahomes. And this season, I fear not. I fear the lighter. But this season, I fear no man. I personally fear no man anyway, because that's just how I am. But now I fear no NFL man. I fear no team. I don't think that there's any team that can do anything with us at all. Really, in any facet of the game, I don't think there's any team that can go up and down the field on us or get into a shootout against our defense. I really don't. And I think that along those lines with the defense, I think that Steve Wilks has personally brought a calm to the defense, right? So everything was, so when Robert Saleh came, it was all gas, no brakes. I thought that was the corniest, personally, no disrespect. I thought that was just the corniest phrase ever, honestly, a little bit. All gas, but whatever. I understood the sentiment and I agreed with it. all gas, no brakes, right? And we played like our hair was on fire. We got the hot boys and all that shit. And then we started to transition into D'Amico, right? And now he's out there struggling at 500, right, in Texas with young CJ Stroud, OH, and he brought a different level, a different kind of intensity. He was a better player than Robert Saleh ever dreamed of being. And he, I think changed the defense for the better as well after Saleh. Now, Saleh had us with a great defense, but I mean, it just kept getting better. And I think right now it's doing the same thing. But now it's like that old uncle, that old wise uncle that's at the party, and some of you may have seen the meme picture that's out right now of him looking up from his glasses. Where my shit at? Like this. There's a picture out right now of Steve glasses like that from this past game, over the last 2 days, and it just makes you think like, damn, you don't want to fuck with him. Whatever he says, just do it, right? And I think that's what the team is doing now on defense. Diamador Lenore thinking that he's Messi, kicking the ball back. They're playing with a different level. They're going for not only going for the ball, but playing, I think, under control. The team, I think our team is really under control right now on defense. Damien says, I was pretty adamant for CMC, but Purdy put up a game. And last year when Purdy went down, everything went to shit. Now he's 17 and my son. That's why I know in his head, he really did say shit. As he was typing that up, he said shit in his head as he was typing that up. And he's correct. Damian Jackson, my son, is 100% correct. Purdy had a hell of a game this past Sunday, and I think that with this past game, he may have put himself in position to usurp Christian McCaffrey. Hello, Miss Lawson. Thank you for stepping up. How are you doing tonight? Welcome to 49ers Tuesday. Please hit that like button. We're talking about the game. And of course, again, Brock having the game that he had, I think is the biggest reason that we were able to dominate Texas the way that we were. I think that there was no way any of us saw that coming. Maybe a good game from Brock, and Brock really let us know this himself because over the previous week, he kept getting interviewed and he said that I remember how I played against them in the playoffs. I didn't play well in the playoffs, and I wanted to atone for that. And damn sure he did. 17 of 24, just 7 incompletions, 250 yards even. Of course, he got an even 250 yards, huh? And four touchdowns. When is the last time any quarterback on this team threw for 4 touchdowns? I'll wait for you. I'm not going to really wait because you can't really have dead air. I've known that since I was a kid listening to the radio. You can't have dead air on your channel, on your show, on your radio station, none of that shit. Keep it going. But I do watch a lot of live streams where there is a whole lot of dead air. But you ain't gonna get that here. So subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you. Or smash the like button. Perform. The performance. Speaking of performing, the performance of Texas was atrocious. It was pretty fucking disgusting, if you ask me. I expected the game. It's like when you get into a fight and you thought it was going to be a fight. I've had probably 2 of those in my life. Where I was going to get into a fight with someone, and I thought it was really, I was preparing myself before the fight, right? And then when we got there, I beat their ass. Like, was he really like even a fight? And that's pretty much what happened this past Sunday. All week, me, the fan that I am, I don't take any shit. So, I'm not going to curry any favor to anybody. I'm not going to show any fear. I was talking shit all week long. But obviously, I had a reason to. Because the Dallas Cowboys, they have maybe the talent, but there is no team more talented in the NFL than the 49ers, stacked with talent. I heard today again on the radio, the Miami Dolphins are the most high-powered offense in the NFL. Now, they have scored 70 points this year, something that hasn't been done since like the 50s or the 60s, and that's cool. But are they really the most high-powered offense in the league? Are they the most talented team in the league? Be the most high-powered offense in the league with a shitty defense. And this is what you get. Where they are right now. Are they even in first place in their division? It's only because they're in a division with the Jets and the Patriots. If they are. So we are the best team in football. And the Cowboys and Skip Bayless all week long leading up to the game would have you to believe that we were not the most talented team that was going to be on that field, and that for some reason we didn't have the best defense that was going to be on that field. Now, they say defense wins championships and offense sells tickets. Offense scores points. We them boys. Holla, holla, holla. We them boys. Mike Niner. Fuck them boys. What's happening, David? What's up with it, sir? How you doing? Welcome to Platform 246, sir. Thank you for stepping up. Subscribe to David McNiner. All the faithful, subscribe to McNiner. He is a brand new channel, and he's out the gate hot, kind of like Brock. So, again, the Dallas defense is a really good defense. Damien Jackson says, so look out for this, faithful. Fred did an interview with the Speak Show. After the live, you already know. LFG, Niners. But Speak Show. Got to watch that. I will be watching. Hopefully you go check it out after we're done. So Fred Warner is the leader of our defense. I don't even know who the leader of the defense is. I guess it's Micah Parsons, Big Mouth Micah. And he put his foot in his mouth plenty of times because he will consistently talk about how good he is or how good he's going to be. And then, against certain teams, he'll show up. And in certain situations, against most teams, he's going to show up. But if you run it, Micah will run from you. Because I think Micah only weighs like 240 soaking wet. He only got me by like 30 pounds. Me, right now, okay? Niner, gang, or don't bang, David. You get the first one of the night. We haven't had it tonight. Thank you, sir, yes. But we banged on the Cowboys. And we banged on Micah. His stat sheet may have been empty for that game. As far as anything with the quarterback, it certainly was. He didn't even pressure or hurry Brock Purdy. So we want to shout out the offensive line for that, for one. And then again, shout out Texas, because I don't think they came to play. I don't know what they were thinking. Do any of you know what they were thinking? Why were they so confident coming into that game? Why was Skip Bayless so confident that his defense was better than ours? Because they had gotten fat off the dead hogs. I've been saying that to my sons all weekend long. They got fat off of just throwing a whole bunch of different shit in there. They got fat off a hog that was already dead. They didn't have to chase their fucking food down. They played some of the worst offenses. The Patriots may have the literal worst offense in the NFL. And they're pick sixing and fumble recovering and starting at the 17, all up to our game. But assuming that they were going to beat us. Why? Why? I mean, we didn't really play anyone either, but we are better than them. We're better than every team in the NFL. Is it going to end with the result that it needs to be when you're the best team in football? Who knows? They missed it. I couldn't myself either. I couldn't have imagined they would come in and get dog walk. And thank you for that comment, because I want to ask the faithful, were any of you surprised by that these bitches didn't even get off the bus? They stayed at the hotel. They didn't even get off the bus. You didn't even give us a workout, a sweat. We wanted to sweat a little bit. What happened? So let me know. Are you faithful folks? Are you surprised by the way we beat them? And think about it honestly and logically. Don't say, oh no, I knew we were gonna blow. Now me, because I think that really about every game until we don't. But if you are the same, then cool. But if you aren't, be real with it. Let me know in the comments. How did you feel now, later, tomorrow, whenever you see this? Were you surprised by the outcome? Not the win, but the 42-10. The fact that Dallas didn't do anything, obviously anything on offense, but their vaunted defense, the team that had given up 41 points combined in 4 games leading up to this past Sunday, gave up 42 to us. Did you know that stat? Texas had only given up 41 points prior to combined 4 games, 4 teams, right? They're so tough. Getting to our game, and then they get to our house, and we drop 42 on those holes. Why did that happen? And are you surprised that it did happen? I think that really what happened is that they're not as good a team. I think they played their best. I think they showed up. I'm joking and saying they stayed at the hotel. No, they showed up. They were ready to play. They wanted that game just as bad, if not worse, than we did, because we've owned them for the last few years, because we knocked them out of the playoffs 2 years in a row. They wanted that game just as badly as we did. But they don't have the coaching or the talent that we do. And while they may have wanted it really, really bad, we wanted it really, really bad. And we were prepared for it. We need it because we know, as not only the team, but the fucking fans, that we have the ability to go to the Super Bowl this year. You can call it a down year in the league. You can just call it parity, or you can say our talent is really just, they've amassed a massive amount of talent on our team. Good talent. Number 1 talent at the position. And we still have $42 million to spend next year. So we feel that we can get to the Super Bowl despite the performance that Texas gave us. It's really irrelevant. It's really irrelevant because it doesn't matter how I don't think any team shows up to play with us this year. We are the best team on the field. No matter what they may think as a team, they have to line up and play against the 49ers. It's going to be a long fucking day. And in the case of Dallas, again, there was a lot of slow singing and flower bringing at that fucking funeral that took place this past Sunday. A lot of them happened on those days. A lot of them happened on a Sunday, and we divvied out one. So at the end of that game, it started to come, of course, a lot of stuff came out at the end of the game, right? We saw all the pictures, all of us were laughing, all of us were trolling Texas as badly as we possibly can. We were pulling the receipts, not me, because I don't keep receipts. Only children keep receipts, right? So we were putting the receipts and everything like that, though, and making fun of the Texas fans, wherever they're from, all them boys and girls. We were making fun of their asses. And we started to see pictures of Trey Lance looking despondent, standing between Fred Warner, Burford, and Kittle. And he was the only one not smiling in the picture. We saw pictures come out, if you didn't catch it live, again, of George Kittle. And what was he doing? But wearing a shirt. Damien says he hopes we go 20-0, and he thinks that we can. I do too, Damien. Son, I do too. I think we can. At this point in time, I really do believe that we can go undefeated. Obviously 17-0, right? The goal is 20-0 because we don't want to go 17-0 and end up like the Patriots. That was just the most horrendous thing. That was a bad year for me, 2000. First of all, that was a rough year. Okay, but then too, the Patriots go undefeated throughout the regular season, get to the Super Bowl, and shit the bed. Fuck. You could have done it. You could have shut all those old-ass Miami Dolphins up, but you failed. You failed. Hopefully, we don't do that. But Texas failed. And then, of course, we trolled because of it. During the game, the players trolled. George Kittle was wearing the Fuck Dallas shirt, the famous Fuck Dallas shirt that Gary Plummer, our last Super Bowl winning middle linebacker, Gary Plummer, was wearing during that season, maybe during the NFC Championship game. I believe it was during the NFC Championship game in '95. So it's recycled and recircled. The pictures out there. Rita Oak on Twitter, she went ahead and drew the picture with Bosa actually wearing a shirt, lifting his shirt up with the Fuck Dallas. It's a famous picture. And Gary Plummer's my favorite 49ers defender of all time. So again, salute to you, Gary. And Kittle decided to wear one to the game. Well, after the game, or during somebody's touchdown, it was a plethora of them. I don't know, whatever. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6. George was wearing that shirt, and he showed it up into everyone in the stadium under his jersey. Pulled his shit up, like, you know, acting like that cat out there that played for the Steelers and what the fuck is his name? Antonio Brown. Act like Antonio Brown, taking his clothes off on the field. And we know George loves the chubbies, right? George loves to walk around in his chubbies. So George was trying to take his clothes off on the field, and he's showing that he had the fuck Dallas shirt on after the game. So when it went viral, Micah Parsons decided to get on a podcast on YouTube, which already has more viewers than mine, but he's Micah Parsons. He's not as good at it as I am, though. And Micah Parsons gets on and he says, you know, he said, fuck Dallas, and we got you. We see that. And his voice is not even as deep as mine's either. But we got something for that. We'll remember that. Well, remember it, motherfucker. Like they say, write it down, take a picture. I don't give a fuck. It's already a picture. So, Grandizer, what's happening, sir? Good to see you. How's the fam? How was work? Then it's like super chat, free 99. It really is. I don't got the super chat yet, but you can subscribe and get us to the super chat. Subscribe to the channel. It's free right now. It's really always free to hit the sub button. I know you, speaking of George Kittle, right on my TV. It's free. Hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you. Old Master of Darkness, you know it. Anytime. Lord of all evil things, come forth. Your servant awaits. Happy Halloween month. Salute to you, brother. Hope the family is good. We're talking Niners ball. We have our resident Miami Dolphins fan in the building. You can tell by the teal in his YouTube, right? You should have caught that. You see that teal? That's because he likes the Dolphins. He should be happy with his squad. Just like we're happy with our squad. But thank you for stepping up, sir. So again, where was I? Yeah, Micah, Big Mouth Micah. Granddad's got Yo Lawrence. How goes your day? How was work? How was dinner? Haven't had that yet because I'm here with y'all. All good. What a game you had on Sunday. Great to put a whip ass on those cowgirls. Brokeback Mountain it is. Brokeback Mountain. Yes, it was outstanding. But hopefully your day was good too, brother. Hopefully work has got my man works nights, so I'm going to put your business all out there. But hopefully work with you. And salute to your squad. Y'all are back on the winning track, I believe, right? I think y'all backslid for a minute a little while ago. But Micah goes on this podcast. He says, we're going to remember this, heard it. We got something for that. We got something for that. Do you really? Do you really? You have something for that? What you got, Micah? Another ass whipping coming with your name on it? Disappearing in the football game? Is that what you got coming, Micah? Child, please. Debo decides to say, yeah, I don't know if you want any more of that. 42-10, it may be worse next time. And really, it may be. Because my younger son, again, Damien, told us that we took all of our defensive linemen out like 3 minutes ago in the third quarter. The fourth quarter, our defense was half backups in that game. And he's talking shit. We pulled our starters in that game. We could have put 50 on them hoes. But he's talking shit. Why? Why is that necessary? Be a man. Take your loss. I've had plenty. I'm 41 years old. You all know that. I say it all the time. I've had plenty of losses. Eat it, Loke. Like a man has to. Eat it. Granddad says, Lawrence, did you see where Parsons and Coach McCarthy said it was like a punch in the gut? A 49ers fan said, no, we kicked y'all in the balls. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't a punch in the gut. It was like a kick in the nuts is what it was. A kick in a stick. We kicked them in their stick. Thank you, Grandizer. You got kicked in the stick, Texas. We did a Texas two-step on your nuts. Pause. But you're talking shit. Next time, we might see you again if you make the playoffs next season. Nigga, what? No. You got dog walked. The definition of it. Basically played a damn near a perfect game on you sons of bitches. You and your fans. All of them. Except for my mom. And Micah Parsons, that mushmouth mushroom, mushmouth Micah, has a nerve to say we got something for them just because we wanted to bask in our glory. And in the devastation, destruction, and disgusting performance that you all went through on Sunday. Thank you, Damon. Yes, we nearly played perfect, and we can still get better. We still, Christian McCaffrey fumbled for the first time in 300 years. On the one, we can still get better. We haven't had a return, I don't believe, cross the 50. We can still get better. I don't think we've had a pick six this season. I was discussing that with my sons this weekend. I don't think we had a pick six this weekend, this year yet. We can still get better. That's the scary part. So as I said on the Instagrams, the webs, the faces, tell your teams, Micah, starting with you, tell your teams be afraid. Be very afraid of the San Francisco 49ers, whether we're coming to your house or whether you're coming to our house, because we're not welcoming. We are damn sure not welcoming. But what I welcome right now is the opportunity to have not one, but two, not one, two MVP candidates on the 49ers. Is it a possibility, Faithful, that we have the CMVP or motherfucking MVPurdy? And like I said earlier today, I just made those up off the top of the dome. You would think it took me all day or a week to come up with those. I made that up at work today. I promise you. So do we have CMVP or do we have MVPurdy on this team? It came out, I think they're right now back to back, shoulder to shoulder, right? Or I formation, whatever you want to call it. They're close right now, 7th and 8th, I think, in the running, 7th and 8th or 6th and 7th. For the 6th and 7th, I believe, for the MVP voting. Both Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy, number 262 himself, BC, whatever, Sturdy Purdy. Is it MV Purdy? Which one do we, if they both continue on the same trajectory, Faithful, anybody in the comments, let us know. If they continue on the way that they're going right now, which one of them could end up being an MVP? Granddad says, I thought the 49ers were crushing. They may destroying. Let me read the other thing. I thought the 49ers were because I can't fucking read this one over here. The blue outline on it just kills me. The 49ers were cruising. They made destroying the Cowgirls look so easy. Eagles fans were rolling. They told Cowboys fans, stay at second place in the division. Ha. Well, I couldn't say it any better than that because that's 100% true. Every single word that he wrote. Brock Purdy standing on the sideline with a cap on his head when the fourth quarter started. And really, fans everywhere were elated. Because, you know, sometimes you have like the dual enemy. Because we're the most, I think we're the most hated team in the NFL, me, myself. But there's a lot of people that can't stand Texas and that dumb blue star. To fuck up my favorite color is really, it should be a crime against humanity. But there's a lot of people that really don't like that team too, just because they're fans, right? So there was a lot of people that were happy Sunday night. And maybe there were some people that were indifferent. There's people that were just torn because they can't stand our asses. Grandmother says, oh yeah, did you see Purdy was up for FedEx NFC All Player of the Week? I hope he does win it. Thank you so much, sir. And is anybody on your team up for the AFC? Maybe a chain. And shout out to a chain. Am I saying his name right? First of all, for my fantasy. Second of all, because I believe he's injured. Am I correct? So respect and shout out to a chain. Get well soon, sir. Not only for your career, but for my fantasy team too. But we have our own excellent running back, Christian McCaffrey, who I think has the best chance of any player in the league over the last few years, maybe since the last time it happened, which was 2011 with Adrian Peterson. I think Christian McCaffrey has the best opportunity to end up right there or possibly even winning. Of course, look, Damian Jackson coming right in saying, yep, A-Chain's injured. It's possibly because A-Chain is against him in the fantasy leagues, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Prayers up for A-Chain. King Niner in the building. Prayers up for anybody that runs into this man. The possible next seat, the next hitter on 49er Faithful Conversations is King Niner. What's happening, bro? Hit the like button, please. We're talking about, can we have the CMVP or the MVPurdy? You see it in the cross space down at the bottom. Yeah, y'all all see it. But that's what we're talking about right now. King, how you doing, dog? Granddaddy says, Lawrence, like I told CG, shout out to CG, Cowboys fans are the worst. Cowboy fans are the worst. They're sore losers and sore winners. They can't win nor lose gracefully. It's been that way since the 1970s. It 100% is. And like I said, watch out for this man if you run into him in the streets. I saw a video on this man. It's unfortunate that it didn't go 100% viral. Get the fuck out the stadium! Get the fuck out the stadium! Get your ass! They're leaving! I was loving it. I was dying. My man, he was at the game. He was telling the Cowboy fans to skedaddle. Boom, out of here. Get gone. Get up out of our stadium. They were leaving early, and we don't blame them. Yeah, A-Chain, I think, leads all running backs in rushing yards. Not yet. No. That's it, bro. No, well, I take that back. Hold on. You may have passed us because CMC went lightweight. CMC had light work this past weekend, so he didn't, we didn't need him to go for his customary 120. So let me backtrack. Boop. Last week, it was Chris. Blessed us. Christian was blessing us with the league lead in rushing. But I think A-Chain went for like 100,000 this past weekend again before he got injured. That's why I was surprised when I looked up and he was injured. He went for like 200 yards and 8 touchdowns. And I was like, well, damn, he got injured after all that? Or I guess they ran that motherfucker to the ground, I guess. And again, hurt my fantasy. But y'all got plenty of 4.09 runners out there in Miami land. So I think y'all be good until he comes back. And I don't think it's anything really, really serious. But do we have CMVP with our running back, Faithful? No disrespect to A-Chain. Clearly none. Do we have CMVP or do we have MVPurdy? Look, and right there on the level, the literal level of the platform and the art director, Damian Jackson, with the stats. Nope, we got you. It's okay. There's no typos on here. It's okay if we incorrect, Grandizer. You know I love you. Boom. So he's in second place. Boom. Right there. iPhone working. Siri, who leads the NFL in rushing? Nigga, you know it's a 49er. So with him being the league leader for rushing, something that we haven't had, I don't even know since whenever. And I know everything, just about, except for that. Him leading the league, like Rihanna. So I don't even think that's not her saying shine bright like a diamond, is it? Is that Rihanna saying that? But anyway, Christian McCaffrey, basically our Rihanna. Rihanna is a gift to the world. God damn it, she is. And I would have to say that Christian may as well be our male Rihanna because he has been nothing but a gift to us. So is he going to bring the NFL a special gift, a non-quarterback MVP? Or are we going to have another quarterback MVP? And will it be Brock B? This man right here, as long as you are ready, King, you are the next seat holder. Like I said, the next hitter, the next spitter on Faithful Conversations. We need to get you on the channel, bro. We've been talking about that for a long time, dog. Spongies, I'm back, and we're coming back to Philly to fuck your team up, Spongy. Yeah, so let me know. What do y'all think? Do we have CMVP or do we have MVPurdy? MVPurdy. Is it possible? Let's start with Purdy. Brock Purdy was the 262nd pick of the NFL draft. Okay, Mr. Irrelevant for the draft that I personally attended. Wild, right? First time I ever been to the draft. I went to the draft. We ended up picking our future quarterback. Now, I didn't see it. I didn't go to all the days. I'm not a loser. I went to the first day. I have a life. But I went to the draft and check that video out. It's way back when Purdy got drafted. Go back to the time that Purdy, scroll through all my videos. It's like 800. Scroll through the videos. I was at the draft live when Purdy got drafted. I should make a video with that as a thumbnail. That'll be total clickbait. But I was at that draft, and then later on, because I'm not a loser, I wasn't there the day that he did get drafted, just hanging out in Las Vegas, on the grounds and shit, when nobody was in the area, no players were there. He gets drafted, comes to us, 262. Whole lot of stuff happens. We're not even going to bring up what happened with somebody, right? But a whole lot of stuff happens, and now he is leading us to the heavens. And speaking of bringing up, we're going to bring somebody up onto the platform. You know him, you love him, you need more of him. Spongy, give me one. You know what it is?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What's happening, Spongy?
Nothing much. Just thinking about beating the 49ers.
This kid. Did your parents tell you to come on here and say that, Spongy?
Hold up. I'm back.
He's back. Yeah, he definitely leads the AFC. Randolph, he definitely leads the AFC probably in all-purpose yards. And of course we have, by the way, real quick, Brenda says you got a chance to watch Stroud this year. We have, because of course this is an OH house. If you're not new, you know. If you are new and you didn't know, you know now. This is an OH house, a Buckeye house. I've definitely been keeping my eye on CJ Stroud. They said he should be Rookie of the Year. It's locked up. Rookie of the Year is pretty much locked up. Thank you. Damian Jackson says, because this is, of course, my son. I love you, son. Damian says, right now, I say CMC. If Purdy continues to play like how he did, then Purdy. But I'd rather lose CMC than Purdy, simply because our backup running backs can keep up more than our backup quarterbacks are, in my opinion. That is a comment of the day from my son. You can't even say it's bias. It was a great comment. Spongy, what do you think about that? You're on the platform. What do you think about CMVP? We ain't talking about Hertz, rent a car, or none of that shit. We're talking about CMVP or MVPurdy. What do you think? Eliminate the Hertz. Okay, I already know who you want to be MVP.
If it were to be somebody on the 49ers, I would say CMC, because he's been doing very well this year. And that's one of the main reasons Purdy's doing good. He needs a good running back behind him.
So are you saying, now let me tell you one thing. You guys are already enemies like Three Ninjas or the Ninja Turtles or some shit. I couldn't think of anything fast enough that was cool enough. But you get my drift. You and my son. Or some fucking anime shit or something like that. You guys are already like Naruto and Sasuke. Okay? I don't know if you know that. He's a little bit older than you. So it's not that tough. But you guys are always disagreeing or going at it, and you are an avid Philly fan. He is an avid Niner fan. And right now, he is also an avid Brock fan. So I want to make sure when we say, Spongy, are you saying that Brock Purdy needs a good running back behind him to play well?
Well, he doesn't. He just needs it. It's just like, I'd say Hurts. He had that one year where he needed some pieces. And now he has those pieces. And I'd say that's the same thing for Brock.
Okay, boom. Yeah, I agree. So, yeah, and you're right, Spongy. And if he played for the Bears, he would not look as good as he does, Faithful. If Patrick Mahomes played for the Bears or played on the Giants, he wouldn't look as good as he does. So all that talk of, Purdy has so many weapons, or stupid ass Nick Wright saying that he has the cushiest job. That's a quote. That's why I did the air quotes. That's a quote from Nick Wright. He has the cushiest job in the NFL. Is that his fault? No.
No.
If Jalen Hurts didn't have, who's he got back there? What's that guy's name? Who you got?
Swift? AJ Brown, DeAndre Swift.
Oh yeah. If he didn't have Swifty back in the backfield, if he didn't have AJ Brown, if he had me at wide receiver, would he look like Jalen Hurts? I don't think so. If I was playing for the Chiefs somehow, would Patrick Mahomes look like? No, he wouldn't. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
We're also a team that doesn't need an amazing running back because
who has an amazing running back?
We don't have to have an amazing running back because our offensive line is the best in the league.
The best of the cheapness. You do have a great offensive line. Yes, you do, Spongy. Spongy, what is up with your right tackle, Lo? Quick, give me 1 minute, and then we're gonna get you back into the comments, brother.
Wayne
and
Johnson.
Look, before you go back, hold on, Eric. Eric, again, what is your team? It's either whatever team it is. I know it's that Washington team, huh, Eric? Much love. You're doing great. We'll see you soon. Thank you for stepping up. How you doing, brother? Please hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, if you're strolling through, you just slipped up on this bitch and you said, "Where am I at?" And you feel like you was on a platform, say hello. Don't just gawk and hawk, and hit the like button, please. Damien says all love for Spongy. See, it's love, Spongy, but you just love your teams. You just both love your teams. What were you saying?
That is a fact comment right there.
What? All quarterbacks?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. All quarterbacks need pieces. Go ahead, Spongy.
You said Wayne Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Well,
why is he always starting?
Why
is he always starting, Spongy, and getting away with it?
Well, I didn't see it as much last game. I didn't see it as much against the Rams.
Okay. Okay.
Sure.
I didn't. We watched that game. I don't know.
I think
what
he's
is it?
Improving a little. I don't know. I think he's been doing it long enough that they're not calling it.
Well said. Words of the wise.
No, I don't understand. No, they're trying to ban the brotherly shove, and that's kind of.
Is that what y'all call it? It's not the ass push. It's not just the ass push, Spongy. It's the tush, right? So I've heard y'all call it the brotherly shove or the
shove.
Whatever. Yeah, brotherly shove. Okay, because you guys are the place of brotherly love. Boom, boom.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Spongy, I love you. Hopefully they ban the tush push. Thank you.
Peace.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, of course. And Eric, I let you. Oh, boom. Spongy dropped off. Much love, Spongy. Seahawks here. I was just having a brain freeze for a second there, my man. Yes, and we're gonna see you soon, Eric. But I'm glad to see you here with us. Thank you, sir. Damien says, let it ride. Damien says, let it ride. Okay. Damien says brotherly shove should not be banned. As I said, he always levels me out. When I start, he will trust me. He shuts me down all the time. He and his brother both. Believe me, they'll shut me down in a second. So brotherly shove should not be banned. In my opinion, I think I can't choose. I know I've been trying to put it on y'all for the last 15 minutes. Damien says it will be stopped soon. I believe at some point they're going to stop it, especially if more people continue to get injured when it happens. People, when you watch it, if you look at it slowly and you look at it out of the box while it's taking place, it kind of looks jacked up. You see that there's like everybody's just first of all on the bottom. Well, actually, I think, and Damien may be saying it's going to be stopped. Some people are going to figure it out, and you can start to see that. I think that there is a way to figure it out. But also wonder if the league is going to do something about it soon because it's just people getting. There's always two people at the bottom of the pile, completely under, like 19 other dudes. Spongy says the Giants are trying to ruin it for us. To be honest, so one way or the other is probably going to be stopped soon. Like I said, I know I've been trying to pound to you guys, pause, who should be the MVP. Can one of them be the MVP? I think either one of them has the best chance. I think the best chance goes to Brock. It's going to be even a better story than a non-quarterback getting it is if somehow Brock ends up right. And to be honest with you, if he plays, he's not gonna just be a rider on our train, faithful. He's not James. He's not. He's better than him. And James knows it. He's not going to just be a rider, a passenger. He's not only just the de facto lead or the figurative lead. He physically leads us on the field to victories. He just threw 4 touchdown passes. You got to get him to the people, okay? And it wasn't 4 to the houses. Every touchdown pass that James threw was a yak pass. He never threw one pass into the end zone. One pass with a lot of air yards, never. So Brock does. And if he leads us to some fucking undefeated record or 15-2 or some stupid shit, #1 seed in the playoffs, and he's going to have to throw for 4,000 yards though. He's going to have to get up like a 4,000er because these people, other teams like Pat's going to throw for 5, Herbert's going to throw for 5, just Hurts is going to throw for 4. He's going to have to get to the 4,000. We haven't had a 4,000-yard passing quarterback since Jeff Garcia. Believe it or not. Eric says, that game last Sunday was nuts. I didn't expect that much of a blowout. Eric, nobody really did, except for me. This guy. But yeah, it was an amazing game for 49er fans. It made Brock Purdy, I think, have a great opportunity to end up being the MVP, because I don't think Christian gets it unless he just goes for 20. I don't even know. We're just good. Okay, fuck it. Just leave it at that. We're good. And because of that, we have 2 players that could possibly, if nothing else, be considered for the most valuable player in the NFL at season's end. And with this week, we get to go on the road, faithful. So first, subscribe to the channel. Thank you to everybody who hung out with us today, who stepped up on this Tuesday. Hopefully you're having some tacos or you're having some sex, whatever you want to have today. Enjoy it. Get ready for your next day. Tomorrow is Wednesday. You're halfway through it. Happy hump day to you early. We're going to take our show on the road, though, too. So subscribe to the channel so that you can be live with us this Sunday. We will be live streaming the game. 49ers against the Cleveland Browns. We had 3 straight home games after opening on the road with 2 games. And now we're back on the road against Cleveland, the home of Mike Mizanin. Look it up. If you don't know, if it doesn't hit you right away, the home of Mike Mizanin. Okay, we're going out there to Cleveland. The crotch grabber himself. The degenerate himself. Oh, yes, sir. Spongy, thank you for stepping up, little sir. We appreciate you. Have a great one, y'all. Appreciate it. Thank y'all for stepping up tonight. Be safe. All of our East Coasters, much love to y'all. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you're following them out, thank you so much. Hit that like button on the way out. We appreciate you. And all that stuff again, this coming Sunday, we get to go visit Grab a Minute Pussy himself. Basically, apparently. Deshaun Watson, I think, is a disgusting individual, to be honest with you. Not only did he perpetrate the crimes that he did, and they are crimes, whether they can be prosecuted or not is another thing, right? Despite those things, the fact that he can come up in front of America, in front of the world, and apologize the way that he did really sickened me even back when I watched it live. And I pulled for him to get up there and atone for his mistakes. And apparently there was no way in hell that motherfucker was going to do that. 26 or 27 women accused him of sexual assault. It doesn't matter how many he really did it to, above that, below that. That's atrocious. And unfortunately for all of us, because for one, it just looks bad. The optics, right? The optics. I talk about optics a lot. It just looks like shit. 2, he's playing like shit. The fact that he's even back in the league is a black eye on the whole NFL. And then he's playing like shit. He's not the same player. I'm sure his team doesn't respect him one iota. His teammates, because he's really he's a joke at this point. He's a laughingstock. Now, well, Eric says no arguments here, Lawrence. I got a mother, a sister, and a niece, and he's going to deny. He's going to deny everything till he dies. Till that motherfucker dies, he is going to deny that it happened. Bruh, at least one of them, it happened, man. Come on, man. Come on, son. Don't do that. It's never worth that. Ever. No matter what. And no means no. So, while they have a great defense out there, they haven't seen nothing like this wrecking ball that Kyle's about to bring into their stadium with Christian and them boys. Okay? While they have a great defense, they can deal with that. They can deal with Christian and Brock. We're going to deal with Deshaun. We're going to deal with Deshaun. All-Pro Talano, Captain Fred, Small Bear. We're going to fuck. They have, unfortunately, no Nick Chubb on the Cleveland Browns at this point in time. They have what I would equate to a term, really. A term, which is like a level term or like a term that doesn't make sense. A good wide receiver that's not a good wide receiver. What the fuck is his name? Waves played for Amari. They got Cooper. They have Amari Cooper. I think they got an Njoku. I think they got a Black Panther out there at tight end. Unfortunately for them, Nick Chubb is injured. That's gotta hurt. And that was, thankfully, it looks like Nick Chubb is going to be okay too. It wasn't as bad as we all thought. So that's definitely praise up for him, and hopefully a speedy recovery to Nick Chubb because he's an outstanding football player. And now they don't have him. But what they do have is Amari Cooper, who I like I said, equate to a term I heard in the wrestling world, skinny fat. Like me, you can probably call me skinny fat. The Shaw in the building. We getting the good fat, the good meat. The young Niners came through tonight. What's up, sir? He's not anywhere near as young as some of the other Niner content creators or viewers that we had in there tonight. How you doing? My man, hit the like button if you don't mind. I appreciate it. Shaw, let us know. Right now, we're on the Cleveland game. I want to, if you don't mind, you drop it in the comments. Do you think we have a chance to have the CMVP or MVPurdy? And I made those up today, literally off the top of my head at work, like 2 minutes. It didn't take me all weekend to think of that. Do we have the possibly, because I think they're 6th and 7th right now. They're right next to each other. The possibility to have either an MVP and Christian, or is Brock Purdy possibly Brock Purdy, number 262, we all thought was irrelevant, and it's clearly not. Does he have an opportunity to be the MVP? And then also, what are your thoughts on the Cleveland Browns and the crotch grabber himself, John Watson? What can they do with us? What's out? Oh yeah. Boom. He lines up on, of course, McStinky's side, the new McStinky. Now, shout out to McKivitz. McKivitz hasn't been as bad. I don't think hasn't been as bad. Our offensive line, I think they played well. They can play better. They can play better, definitely. But they played well. The right side, I don't know if we broke as many big runs to the right side as we have to the left side. But he really actually he lines up anywhere, King. But he jumps around. But he primarily lines up on McKivitz side, on the defensive left. I'm glad, sir. Glad to see you. Thank you for coming through, man. Sincerely, I appreciate that. What are your thoughts? How you feel about this past game? The blowout. Were you surprised? Shaw says, boom, MVPurdy. Yep. I mean, he's the quarterback of the team. So honestly, even if they both ball out all season, I am myself. I'm in here with you and my son. I'm doing perfect. That means that says pretty sure he switches. I saw, okay, yep, where he switches sides live on the field and two people. Oh, yeah, we are. Did y'all see? We're not afraid of that. We're not afraid of that shit. We're not afraid of that. I don't even remember which team it was because I'm old and I smoke. But there's a video that's viral. You can just check your twits or the YouTuber. When we're done, we're almost done. Not now because we're live. We're all together here. But when we're done, YouTube the video. Myles Garrett switches positions or some shit, probably like that. They're playing, I guess, man offense. I don't know. But Myles Garrett starts on one side of the defense, runs to the other side. Two motherfuckers followed him to the other side. Two people followed him to the other side. He then runs back to the other side. Those same two people ran back to the other side before the hike. No, they called a timeout. I think they called a timeout or they got to delay a game. One of the two. Like what? Let me tell you what's not going to happen, Miles. That on Sunday. None of that. Run to one side of the field. Run to the left side of the field if you want to our left if you want. Boom, this side, Brock's left. Run to Brock's left if you want. Watch you start hearing a chuckle. Okay? Try that shit on Sunday. I saw Purdy is the favorite for MVP per Bet Online. Bet Online is not the same problem then that Gary is. Yes, Gary is a problem. Shout out to Bet Online for saying that. We appreciate that, Bet Online. We want it. Put hashtag it. We got Fred Warner into the Pro Bowl one year. We can vote. The faithful are strong. That's not even joke. That's not even BS. The faithful are strong in lots of ways, negative and positive. Let's start hashtagging that shit and make it a problem. Make it a problem. MVP, make them the battle for MVP. I can do it. We literally got Fred Warner into the Pro Bowl in like one day because he asked to do it on Twitter. Gary's a problem. Now I saw my comments. Shaw says the offensive line going to be a key in this game versus the Browns. Yep. Hope our defense plays like they did versus the Cowboys. Or if they play like they did versus the Cowboys, it'll be a shutout. I called it 40-13 before the game. Which one, Texas or this upcoming Sunday? Yeah, and the Texas game was our statement game. It was us letting the league know in front of everybody. Niner, gang, or don't bang. You must not be banging if you're not a part of the Niners because it's a mute point. You're going to have a bad day. So you don't bang. Let's not forget Big Play Dre. Ridiculous. Yeah, you mean OJ? 100% was our statement game. The whole league knows now. Fans, media, you might not want to say it. You might not want to admit it, but it's in front of your face. That was ugly. And now, this Sunday, on a quiet, really live too, because we're the national game on TV. Stevie J, I believe him. But if you can come in and comment, subscribe to the channel, and tell us, I would love it. But I believe you said 40-13. And actually, you shorted us, King. You didn't put enough respect on our own squad's name. 42-10. But laugh now, cry later, says Micah Parsons. 42-10. But it's laugh now, cry later. Yeah, they have a lot out there. Dre Greenlaw, big Parkway Dre. Yeah, he's big killer Dre. They have a lot out there, and Dre Greenlaw, and Fred Warner, I think we really put a plug in their offense. You cannot run the ball on us, so you cannot beat us unless you have like Patrick and Kelsey and Justin Jefferson. If you had that, then I think that this season that you could probably beat us. But if you don't have a great quarterback, a really good running back, yeah, it's coming. King, you know, a 50's coming. We're probably going to pass, no, actually 42, right to 49. But we may kick a field goal. You know, we may go right past that 49 this season. I believe it. 49 or 50 is coming this year. Look out for right before I got off the building. He got in it and stepped up. How do we match up with the Eagles and KC this year? Big city. We don't. as I was just saying, Big C, let me finish that thought. Thank you for stepping up. How you doing, man? How's your weekend? How are you feeling? Have you come down yet? Have you come down yet? What the fuck was I saying? Yeah, nobody can match up with us. Okay, so yes, you wanted 49 on Dallas. We almost, Kyle took his foot off the gas. It is sometimes breaks. Sometimes it's breaks. If Salo's here, maybe it would have been a 49 burger on Texas. But now it's no longer all gas, no brakes. So took his foot off. But our defense, they don't have anyone. They have Amari Cooper, which, as I said, is skinny fat, which means like it's an oxymoron, or I may be thinking of the wrong word. It's just, they just cancels itself out. I don't think, everybody thinks he's great, but I don't think he's great. And then they have Njoku, they have a Black Panther, and Nick Chubb is gone. What are they going to do to our defense, to Fred and them? King Niner representing us. About to get into fights with old folks. Damien says, I don't know if we'll reach 50 because no team is going to push us to keep our starters in if we get that high. You're right, because that's actually an excellent way to say that. Because if we get up to 40 again, it's going to look like Sunday. It's not going to be 42-38. I do not believe it. I do not believe it will. It's not going to be 42-38, 42-40. It's going to be 42-16. A young Black Texas fan. Shame on you, young man. Shame on you. It's going to be a complete ass beating akin to what we just experienced as a faithful on Sunday together. So, Brock, Ghost. Brock out, Ghost in. Brock out, Patrick Swayze in. We took out our defense in the third quarter. So I think that we end up doing the same thing. Yes and no. So yes, I am on Facebook. Are you? Hit me. I know you're not on Twitter, Grandizer. Grandizer, shoot me an email, an interview. Shoot us an email if you want, anytime. Platform246LLD@gmail.com. Platform246LLD@gmail.com. If you just want to give me some comments that you don't want anybody else to know and see, or you hate me, light it up. Hit it up. Go ahead. Platform246LLD@gmail.com. But Grandizer, hit me an email right there if you can, and I'll give you my Facebook. And then maybe we can talk about some other things on there. Absolutely. I appreciate that, sir, sincerely. And much love. He couldn't handle your trash talking after our first score. That's because their fans are sensitive. I hope that the fans in Cleveland aren't sensitive. However many of them there are in their own stadium that day, which is probably not going to be very many. I hope that their fans aren't sensitive, because we're coming to kick your fucking ass this coming Sunday. I'm pretty sure of it. I don't think it's 42-10-esque, but I think it's pretty bad on Sunday. I don't know if they can score more than 10 points. Deshaun Watson has not played well last season and thus far this season. The black cloud, as we talk about on the platform, he got one of those black clouds over his head. The black cloud that's following Deshaun, rightfully so, is got a chokehold on the brother, I think. His whole career, life, playing style. He got to be the most unhappy $230 millionaire that they ever walked. He talked about his belly size. He couldn't handle it. You know, he went to a personal. Well, you should have told him, you know what, young man, you probably ain't seen your stuff past your belly, is you ain't knowing how to get it used. I could have, and I was about to just go hard on that, so that didn't come out right. You could have hit him hard. Yeah. No. To me, trap games are starting to be left in the past. I'm starting to walk out the trap looking at this team, especially the offense. I think for the first time, really in a long time, definitely since Kyle's been on the team, that our offense has passed our defense. I really believe that. This season, through the first 5 games, increasingly as it's going on, and it can still get better, Kyle needs to have a game where, man, I'm glad I was still here when I was. What's good? Jay in the Bay. I'm not even gonna disrespect him, but what's good, Jay? What's up? I don't want to do you. Nobody does you like you, and nobody does the Niners like the Niners. Subscribe to Jay in the Bay. Excellent 49ers content creator. One of the first people that I really got to talking to when I began this. One of the first people I could say really supported my channel, supported the platform. So much love to you. How are you doing, sir? Have you come down yet? Do you think we have a CMVP or MVPurdy? Jay in the Bay. If you drop it in the comments, do you have possibilities for Christian to win the MVP, or can Brock win the MVP from number 262? He's King, who is from Texas, so don't mess with him. He was about to get put to the lower level. I told him to eat good, my money good, and I'm boom, keeping it X-rated. And we're about to get X-rated on the crotch grabber this coming Sunday. I believe that. Pause however you need to do it. I say this, okay, you gave us, I would say, yeah, 30. Yeah, I'm going to say 34 because I don't think we scored 6 touchdowns on them. They have a good defense. Damien Jack says, I'm pretty sure the Browns have a terrible offense. Yep. So even the defense can somehow stop our offense, their offense won't be able to score. Yeah. This may be the one. I'm calling for at least one shutout this season. I think that the Browns can get shut out. We're going to flush their whole offense down. We're going to flush the Browns' whole offense down. I really believe that. Deshaun Watson doesn't even have the same escapability that he actually made. Is that a word? Deshaun Watson doesn't even have that still going for him, I don't believe. So I honestly think that we dominate them. I'll give it a 34-6. I'll say 34-6. And Jay, thank you. I think Brock has a better shot, yes, because he is a quarterback. That's pretty much what I think the main consensus that we had tonight, Jay, is that it's amazing that CMC is considered, and really right now is considered ahead of Brock. Brock, I think, really just got into the real conversation after putting the beat down on Texas, doing the Texas two-step on the Brokeback Mountain, atop Brokeback Mountain. So I believe that Brock just got into the conversation really because of this game. When you throw 4 touchdowns in prime time with no turnovers, not even a play that somebody can think in their head and say, Brock Purdy had a bad play. You can't think of one. You that one that looked any ugly play on the field. If some pass is incomplete or something, like, okay, 7 incompletions. You can't even think of an ugly play that Brock had in that game. Well, that's really because you can't think of any ugly plays that we had as a team, but the point still remains. So he got into the conversation, deep into the conversation, about 11 p.m. Eastern Sunday night. We were sitting there on the sideline like this. How can you hate that man, honestly, too? He's so just Whitakers, and the man loves God. On the real, though, like not even a joke. So, but he's standing on the sideline, just cap on, looking like your local CPA. And he just busted Texas ass. So he got right into the conversation there. And because he is a quarterback, he's going to end up being the quarterback of the #1 ranked team in all of football. And there's a meme going around too about us 23-19, adding up scores, 40s and 42s. I think we probably ended the destruction in Dallas. It was really, I think that ended the Texas for the rest of the season, if not forever. Their franchise may never recover from that game. I believe that. I hope for that. We're so fortunate to have Brock. It's just, Jay, it's a blessing. It's a Christian blessing. What more can we ask for than to have Brock and CMC? What more can we ask for? Dak on a white horse got criticism. Yeah, he probably did. I'm sure he did. Especially after that play this Sunday. So hopefully it leads to this. What we built, what Kyle and John have built is unmatched, right? And so was today. So thank y'all so much for watching. Niner gang or don't bang. This is a great stream. Huge blessing just to be here with y'all and to know that this Sunday we got our own 23 on the field, our own 23 on the field. So thank you all so much for watching. Please hit the like button whether you watch this now, later, back in the future. If you got your DeLorean and you already seen this shit. Whatever the case is, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all be safe.